Welcome to the Mustang Champions Insights Podcast, the connecting audiences with those who work with, train, and compete with American Mustangs. Join us as we talk to fellow Mustang champions about their perspectives and experiences in working with Mustangs as companions and champions. Here's your host, Matt Manroe.
I would like to welcome you to the Mustang Champions Insights Podcast. We're a nonprofit, and we work in partnership with the Bureau of Land Management, World Horse Bureau program to help them get horses that have been gathered off the range, get them adopted and purchased and into private care, into homes. I am Matt Manroe. Thank you very much for listening in on this podcast. Our hope here is to introduce you to people from different backgrounds and experiences that currently own or have worked with trained Mustangs for competitions or for work horses or just to be great companion horses, because we want you to really start to understand the difference between Mustangs and most domestic horses and how versatile they can be, in the hope that someday, if you are interested enough and learn enough, that you might own a Mustang of your own. I am very honored to be here with a gentleman named Justis Jacobs. I am so jealous of his name, and I've told him that many, many times. Justis lives in Pennsylvania. He just happened to be our champion at our Mustang Challenge event in Las Vegas, our Western Discipline event. He had two horses in the top 10 2 years in a row. So quite the accomplishment, and welcome, Justis.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So just to give people a little more understanding, talk a little bit about your background with horses first, and then we'll talk a little bit more about Mustangs second.
I kind of got into horses around maybe like 8 or 9. I had a passion for it, but it wasn't my true thing. I was more into the sports. I was my grandmother's excuse to get a horse. So we ended up getting a horse when I was about 9 years old. And, I wasn't fully into it. And, I'd go out there, ride a little bit here and there and kind of piddle-paddle around with it. And then after college, when I knew my sports career wasn't going to go professional and those dreams died, I kind of picked up horses. And what really got me into horses was I had a stupid idea to do a trip where I was going to ride horses from the Mexican border all the way to the Canadian border through the Continental Divide Trail through New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana. And so that kind of got me really into horses. And how I started my Mustang deal was I needed a horse and I didn't have any money. So I just went out, and the government was giving you $1,000 to take a Mustang. So I went out and I got a 8-year-old Mustang who just got castrated and just got gelded and was barely in holding. And that was probably not the smartest idea for your first horse you were ever going to train. And the fact that horse didn't kill me because I got no help. I just winged it, and I got him broke. Looking back on it, I have no clue how I got him as broke as I did. He just probably thought I was too dumb to kill. And he just said, all right, whatever. I'll follow you along. I got him, and I got me a little rescue horse. And this was during 2020. So I trained them up, and that was kind of my intro to horses and Mustangs. But I went to go out there and do that trip, and COVID happened. And I was out there in New Mexico gearing up for this trip, that was the only state out west I remember that got shut down. So we had to hustle back to Pennsylvania. And then a man by the name of Val Geisler contacted me, and he was going to be one of my contacts on that trip. You don't know who that is. He helped those boys out with the unbranded ride. And he offered me an internship to go out and work for him and learn how to start colts and actually learn to do it correctly.
Nice.
Which was really nice. I learned so much from him. Even to this day, I've been around a lot of really, really good horsemen and great horsemen and great trainers. And still, he is one of those guys who, just his feel, his timing, his understanding of a horse has been phenomenal. And even being around some of these world-class trainers, it was very eye-opening just how much he knew, even though at the time I was a stubborn, 22-year-old and thought, what does he know? But he was phenomenal. I can't give him enough. He really kick-started my whole horsemanship journey, and he's a big reason for all the success I've been having. Like, he taught me how to
Wow.
put a solid foundation on a
Wow.
horse.
Wow.
And then after him, I started my own horse training business and just kind of kept grinding from there.
So I definitely know you from Mustang competitions that we have produced. But talk about a little about the last 2 years Mustang Challenge. What has gone on with you and partnering with people and bringing Mustangs along to competition level?
So this is what you guys done. I'm gonna give you guys your praise because this competition is fantastic. Like, you had the 100-day deals, and it was kind of more of a colt starting competition. This really showed you, especially for if you're a young person who wants to be a 2-year-old person and get into performance horse industry. This is like having game tape to send out to people. If you can start a Mustang and you're actually going to be able to take them to ranch riding, the ranch trail, the reining, and in these big venues, and you can make these horses look professional in under a year. What? Because we had 9 months. I think I had 9 months of riding
Right.
on my horses, and make
Nice.
them look like that in such a professional setting. You should be able to start 2-year-olds for any top trainer in the country. And like that's just more on your resume. And to do it with a wild animal is ridiculous. Like, that show was probably one of the best shows. Like, even like I went to the Run for a Million last year. I got invited out to go watch that deal. And just the atmosphere, the people, it was up there. And the longer you guys do these shows, it's just going to get better and better. Like, I have so many people who reach out to me and talk to me about that show and want to get involved in it and want to get a Mustang and want to go out to it. And like, especially with the owner deal, not everyone can start a Mustang and hold one together in
Yeah,
under a
yeah,
year.
yeah. Let's get really specific about that, because that was a
Mhm.
very interesting strategy, I think, that you have over the last 2 years of people that want a Mustang but don't really know how to gentle a Mustang and don't really know how to train a green horse. Talk about what you have going on.
Okay, so a lot of these people love Mustangs. One, they're hardy. They have a great bond with you. They're really easy to train. Like, a lot of people think they're hard to train. They're not that hard to train. As long as you show them that you're not going to hurt them, they'll do whatever you want. And they're great to have around the barn. Like, I love them as using horses too. And these people want them, but it's in those early stages when you're dealing them, it can get a little tricky. But these people, so they want to send them to a professional trainer, but if selling them an end goal, like, is just that much more. I'll give you a perfect example why this is so great. One of my clients, and the lady who owns America's Most Wanted, she's a perfect example. She does cutting at a pretty high level. Like, she does it cutting at a very high level and has high dollar cutters. Like, so much of the big three. So we're going to talk about cutting, reining, cow horse. It is getting so expensive to where even people who make a pretty good living and have money to go out and play on the weekends, like, it's getting even tough for them. And this Mustang deal, it's a game you can afford to play. You can go play for a lot of money, and it's on a big venue. You guys promote it correctly and like stream it correctly, and it's fun. You're around great people, so these people want to be a part of it and not have to go out here and spend or buy $150,000 yearling and then put in training for another, I don't know, maybe like 20 to 30 grand just in training, not including all your vet bills and stuff like that, and then paying for the fraternity, which is however much, depending on which fraternity you're going to. Like, this is a game you can afford to play, and my clients love it. And you get a great horse at the end of it who's not burnt out, doesn't have all these problems, because a lot of these Mustangs are a lot tougher. And then they can go have a good life afterwards. And I mean, my owners have a fun time when we go. Like, we go out, they come out, watch the horses work early in the morning. And then, they help, they get to be behind the scenes in the stalls. We got to dinner every night. And they get to see the horses from when they're completely wild and follow the whole journey from when they're started, when they first go out to their first shows. I mean, one of my clients was from North Carolina, came up all the time to come watch her horses at the horse show. And she loved watching the process. And for her to see her horse ended up finishing third. Like, she was ecstatic because she got to see that whole process from it being gentled to its first ride to everything. And she got to be a part of it. Like, that's the main thing. These owners want to be a part of it. Not everyone can take a wild Mustang and gentle them and do all these things, but they still want to be a part of it. And that is a great opportunity you guys give for them to be part of the journey, even though they might not be able to have the talent to train one, they can still be with it and be a part of the ride.
Well, what's so cool is after you have worked with these horses and competed with these horses, they then go with their owners to be ambassadors out there in the competition world, right?
Oh,
So
yes, sir.
it's just such a great program to promote Mustangs for
Oh
sure.
yeah, like both all my horses. I know, especially the two this year. My one is we're trying to qualify her. So America's Most Wanted, who won this year, we're trying to qualify her for the Stock Horse World Show out at the Lazy in Guthrie, Oklahoma. So she has one qualifying show already under her belt. She has two more to get qualified. And then we're debating right now whether to kind of go and campaign her in the level one in for a Hackamore year in cow horse. We're kind of going back and forth on that right now. We might do it just for fun and take her to the Hackamore Classic and see if we can get her qualified for the World Show, just to say, hey, we took a Mustang here.
Yeah.
But that I will say this: that mare is pretty talented.
Nice.
I'll say this: when she showed in Vegas, like she was not on her game and still pulled it out. Like that mare, and she needs a couple more years to really develop into herself. But I started her cow work here. Like I was working on the flag this morning, and God, I remember the first time I ever stopped her on a cow. She went across the pen on this Charolais cow. I took my legs off when that cow stopped, and she just melted in the ground. Stopped, picked her shoulder up, and looked dead at the cow. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I said, I got cutting 2-year-olds I train who won't even look at a damn flag or the cow the first time I ever stop them. And this Mustang just goes and just puts her butt in the ground, just stops and looks. And I'm like, geez, like she is such a nice mare, like such a nice mare. And it's like that, but that's the difference between some of these, horses we breed these Mustangs. Like that's the only downside is that, and it's supposed to be this way, that these Mustangs take a lot longer to fully mature into themselves, where we breed our horses now to mature so fast, and that's probably why they have a lot of problems and maintenance problems. But like that mare, she is so impressive, and she's been that way since day one, and she's just gonna get better and better and better. And her owner's gonna take her out and do things, and then if she gives me the chance to go campaign her this year, next year, she'll be fun, and she'll be a great ambassador because that horse is fantastic. I love that horse.
So cool. So I'm going to ask a very personal question. At our competition in Las Vegas, with two horses in the top 10, what was your total take for the week?
I think it was 64,800.
Not a bad weekend.
No, not a bad weekend at all. Hey, I'll say this: the drive back from Vegas to Pennsylvania was not as miserable.
So, what are you looking forward to next?
I'm looking forward to, well, I got my horses for Vegas next year, or the Mustang Challenge next year. I got two picked out who are nice. I'm hoping that they'll be good. I got some owners lined up. Those positions fill out so quick, and but I always try to see if I can take on more or if I'll start some. But between that and my main deal here is starting 2-year-old horses. But I'm always looking for stuff. Like I said, something I've been noticing that's been popping up here too lately, especially this is good for the Mustangs, is a lot of shows now are starting to have Mustang classes.
Nice.
And I've noticed that, like even like I know in Texas there's a big one. I think it's Arrowheart Ranch does it a lot, and I've been noticing they're starting to creep up here on the East Coast that they'll go out there and partner and have some Mustang classes. And I would love to see that in the future. If these horses could come back to a venue, these older ones and the owners could come back and show them. Like I'd love to see like even America's Most Wanted come back and have her owner show her at one of these deals. I got a few owners who would love to go do that.
Yeah.
But taking these Mustangs out, I'm kind of getting my feet wet in the showing and the cow horse, some cutting, possibly some reining, but I'm always staying busy. Always got horses in and out.
And you have Mustangs that are capable.
Oh yeah, like those. I always say this here too. Those Mustangs make really nice non-pro horses because they're not as touchy and burnt out as I don't want to say. Like sometimes you'll get some of these quarter horses and they're just too much to handle for some of these non-pros, and they can't drive them. And they can't handle that much power under the hood. But you can get some of these Mustangs, they can still go out here and plus half a maneuver here or there and get you like a 71, possibly even a 72 in certain areas, and still go out and have a fun time. And these Mustangs can still do all the parts. And like they're very good. Like they make really good non-pro horses, and the fact that you can still take them out and let them go be a horse and do all these other things is a big bonus as well.
So some of the people you competed with in Las Vegas are headed to our next competition, Mustang Classic, Mill Lake Stadium, Kentucky Horse Park, Lexington, Kentucky. The competition is coming up fast, man. It's like September 4 through 6. It's dressage and show jumping and working equitation. Finals will be freestyle on Saturday at 4 p.m. September 6th. So we're very excited about that. And I guess you don't jump horses.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to watch that. Watch that deal. Yeah, I'm not too big on the jumping. I'm excited. You know who I'm really excited to watch? I'm really excited to watch Matt Zimmerman. That horse he has, Peso, that thing is a freak. That horse is a freak. Like
his wife Stacy is going to be competing with the horse. Her background is more English.
Really?
So it's just the versatility that you're able to compete in a Western discipline competition and then take the same horse and compete in an English discipline competition. It's nuts.
Yeah, that is insane. Like I follow all the Mustang competitions and I love looking at all those horses. And like I said, I'll give him his flowers. That thing that he was right, Peso, that horse, that thing is a freak. That thing is a freak of nature. Like watching him in Vegas was so impressive. Like that he was so physically above all those horses there. Like, and that just goes to show you they're out there. Like that horse could go out. You give that horse another year of training, and he's so athletic he can go in any direction. Like I'm giving Matt his flowers because he did an incredible job with that horse. Like, I could not stop watching that horse in the warm-up pen. I can't wait to watch that horse in Kentucky. Like, I'm a big fan of that horse.
So just to tell you, if you're not able to join us in Kentucky at the horse park, our event is streaming live on Equus Plus, Ride TV, and Equus Television. You will be able to watch the competition live, and it will be archived on Equestrian Plus as well. But it is, Justis, thank you so much.
Oh, it's not a problem.
Really appreciate it. It's been so fun to be a part of your riding career and watch your successes. And I'm sure there are many more to come.
Well, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening. Hope you'll join us on our next podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to the Mustang Champions Insights Podcast. We hope you enjoyed this insightful journey into the world of the American Mustang. Please share this episode and contact Matt anytime at matt.manroe@mustangchampions.org. And join us again for another episode of the Mustang Champions Insights Podcast on the Equus Radio Network.